So this is a multiplayer demonstration of my game editor that I'm designing for a specific game. And this is the client whose screen is moving around. And I'm going to switch over to the server. And let's see. I'm just going to make a quick level. I'm going to pick a shape. Let's use the cone. And let's make it really tall. You can use asymmetric scaling, which I think is pretty rockin'. And let's see, let's put one here, put one here, put one here, put one here. Okay, some of these need to go lower into the ground. And now, let's use a different shape. I like toruses. Let's use a torus, and I'm going to take Alt D, get our default scaling. Yeah, let's rotate it. Let's see, this way. Yeah, let's rotate. Yeah. And then let's pick first let's make it. And you get the idea. So you can make a very complex level this way. You can change the textures anytime you want. So let's use this blue thing for the toruses, 2 of them. Let's use grass for this thing, and this one, and let's use the glowy thing for the other torus. Okay, so you get the idea. You can make a really complex level this way. You can save them. I had called it video, so let's call it video again, overwriting that file. I'm going to load a different level just to demonstrate. So I'm dynamically loading the level and all the objects in the world, and the collision works. Let's pick a different test. So you can see this is all replicating for the client too. The client's world is quite the entertaining place. He's seeing all this crazy stuff as well. And so the collision replicates, objects replicate, everything replicates. And let's load that video, that one that we just did. So over here, going to press F10 and then the video. So that's the one we just made, right? So you can imagine spending much more time on it and actually making a much more complex level. So that's feature 1. Let's get rid of these. And but now I'm going to show another fun feature, pathing system I developed. Let's pick one here, let's put one here. That's a little far away. And I'm going to create a path. And this one's going to go into editor mode. You can't see the paths if you're in game. And let's see. So this is the client's view of the path. And we're actually going to change this path. Let's make it go like this. No, the other way. And let's go up. And then let's go like that. And change this one as well. And the client can actually edit the path as well. Everything replicates, so anybody can edit the path. It's a true multiplayer editor. That was the whole point of it. So that is a very simplistic looking path. So I'm still on the client side of things. I want to make this path somehow a little bit more interesting. How am I going to do that? I want to go lower. Okay, now we have something exciting. So you get the idea. And let's have, oh wow, that's pretty exciting. I'm going to make it even more exciting in a second, you'll see. So that's going to be our starting point. So put that down on the ground. And this point is going to do something pretty exciting. Watch this. So the entire path is being the entire spline-like path is being entirely recalculated constantly as this other object is rotating. And you can actually have objects follow this path. So let's make an object. Let's pick a texture. Going to use rock. And let's get our rock. We need a different shape though. Let's use the barrel. Good old barrel. And Okay, where's our barrel? Control T. Okay, so this barrel needs to be bigger, but it doesn't need to be that tall, so let's make it flatter. And that's pretty big. Let's make the barrel, and then let's change that's the selection system, but it's a little hard to get this current size window to look at. So let's change the color of this barrel to purple is pretty cool. Let's use purple. You can turn the selection off anytime. Let's use purple barrel. Okay, so that's our barrel. Let's make it go. So you might be wondering, can we ride it? You can ride it. Problem is, it's pretty excitable. Alright, so that's our barrel. That's the server. Now, what about the client? Can the client join in the fun? I like those trails. This is our very wonky path. So yay! So you have multiplayer, moving, wonky path following system right here. So let's see, what's the client gonna do? Client's going to, so that's the server, while the server is on it, the client can actually still manipulate things. And so I can actually start messing with the path. Oops, I messed with the wrong thing. I literally went too far into the ground. So let's move it back up. And let's see if we can get server to get back on here. Come on, server. So we have this, so this is just one little game feature I'm playing with at the moment. Okay, so I want to show this whole dynamically rearranging stuff. So one of the players is in game, technically, and the other player can actually be editing. If I edit this wrong, it's going to go fine. Alright, I'm going to use this ball instead. So, going to change the path, make it go really high up. So this is all dynamically adjusting. Whee! And of course this path can rotate too. It can all rotate. But I don't know if I want to make it rotate just yet, because then I'll have to take the other player off their little perch. So this is the pathing system, and then the last feature I want to demonstrate is going to be, I'll make this other one rotate now. The last feature is going to be quite exciting, so let's make it. It's this little box here. Let's make it bigger, and let's rotate a little bit, and let's change the color to that. And this box-like thing can do this. So flat the ground. Right. So the most entertaining feature about this little device is that the collision morphs too. Watch this. The other creature can jump higher. So notice this rounded edge, and then this indented surface, and the dimensions, and the height of it, all of it exactly matches. And then this shape, everything matches. And it works for the client as well. Come on, client. Alright, let's get client on this thing. So notice, here's the server. It changes shape, and it replicates to the client. Everything is adjusting. Client wasn't so lucky. Client got stuck. Oh, client made it out. So all this collision, morphing, everything is replicating. Total and complete multiplayer system here.